been a long time now, but I could really pinpoint it down to 5 years for me. I've been looking at all this alternative news. I've gone through the paranoid stage, listening to Alex Jones and 9/11 was an inside job, to the anger stage, seeing the man behind the curtain, the wizards and stuff like that. But none of that stuff really kind of helps with solution. That just is looking at the problems. But now I know what the problems are. I can move towards a solution. Thing is, what is the solution? I cannot give you a solution for your life. I can only give a solution for my life. And the information that I've been looking at seems to be decentralized, open source living, basically, the way I look at it, where you are in control of every aspect of your life. And we have the technology now to do that. Looking at the Venus Project, I like the idea of the Venus Project. I like the idea of technology. I think technology is wonderful. People seem to think technology is robots and machines. Technology is not just robots and machines. Technology is looking at nature and managing nature in a way to facilitate your needs, whether it's taking the raw resources from the ground and building a robot arm to build cars for you, so you don't have to labor over the cars. You just labor over the robot engine and the program, and it labors over the cars to build it. That's like manipulating nature into actually doing what you want it to do. If it wasn't manipulating nature and you couldn't do it with the laws that are out, you wouldn't be able to build this robotic arm with the computer program to do it. It's locked into those rules of nature. So to me, technology is anywhere from understanding how to utilize the land to building those robot arms to build those technologies. I find centralized systems, just looking at it, kind of break down when they become too massive. And I think that's where the whole kind of kill off the population so they will be easier to manage. That's where that paranoia comes from. And really, if you look at their system, it's not that they're worried about the individual person. What they're worried about is the corporate fictions. So regardless of all that, blah, 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 that's just garbage. Where are my solutions coming from? What solutions do I want? I've gone through the paranoid stage, I've gone through the anger stage, and now I'm at the solution stage. But not just solutions, talking about solutions, but actually acting on it. And where do I want to take myself? I understand that I need to know where my food comes from. I now understand that I need to know where my water comes from and what's in my water. I need to know where my energy comes from and what that is about. I need to decouple myself from this debt-based system, as in like mortgages and loans and all that stuff. I got to stop participating in that. I also, education is very important. I have kids and I want them to be educated not just in the state-driven system, but actually critical thinkers that can think outside what they have to regurgitate in school. So where have these ideas and thoughts and that, what solutions does it give me? Well, I look at it as decentralized open source technology, basically. And what does that mean? To me, it means kind of participating in a community that everybody can participate in, and that there's no kind of hidden doors or anything. You can actually see what's going on. And the only way to really get a grasp of all that, other than how currency is exchanged, I'm not talking about money, but currency is exchanged, because that seems to be very alchemical and very secretive, and nobody really knows how it actually works, and everybody has their theories. Some of them very similar, and some of them kind of deviate from that mainstream look. But the way I look at it is I need to get control over certain things. And the only way I can see doing that is to use technology. What the hell was that? Use technology to facilitate my needs, and to be aware of where that stuff comes from. And the solutions that I've found is I like sustainable housing, which I've looked at a bunch of them, but the ones I continue to go back to are the Earthship. I like the idea of the Earthship. I think I like the idea of the design and what they use for materials, because they're using recycling materials, but the house doesn't look like a recycled house. Some of them look like weird fucking spaceships, but those are the old ones. The newer ones look really nice. Some people, their Earthships look like shit inside, but that doesn't necessarily mean all of them need to look like that. But with the Earthships, he's had some of those Earthships running for 25 years. There's very minimal upkeep, maybe repair of a generator or something like that, but really very little upkeep. And they have found that you have the ability to live in it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, just sustaining off of the fruits and vegetables and whatever you grow in the house. You can do that. And you can even have yourself a fish pond and fish those fish out and eat those fish. So my solutions are, and it seems to be pretty cheap to get a Earthship going and a plot of land. I've been looking into it. I think you can do all of it for about $250,000. Say $300,000 on like the high end. And that does sound like a lot of money, but you're looking at a base house right now of $250,000 where I live in Toronto, and you'll be paying on that forever. And not only will you be paying on that forever, you'll be paying on the heat, the hydro, the water, the garbage, all that stuff, food. So if you can not participate, but decouple yourself for having to be dependent on this petroleum system, to kind of become dependent on yourself. I know everybody goes, well, if you got to get out there and you got to get a job because you got to pay your way in society. And the more I look at that is just a load of horse shit, because you're not paying your way in society, you're building society. That is the debt you're doing. You're building these 10% of the people to become filthy rich and independent of the people, because they probably grow their own gardens, have their own energy, and blah, blah, blah. Some of them probably don't. I don't think all of them are bright. A lot of them are just greedy. But that's me making judgments on people I know nothing about. So where are my solutions? My solutions come in. What I would like to do is I'd like to buy 10 acres of land. I would like to redesign that land to have like food forest permaculture on that land. I hear that with 1 acre of land, you can grow enough food to feed 300 people. So if I have 10 acres, you do the math, I could do potentially more than that. I would like to have a greenhouse on there that could, grow food throughout all seasons, through winter and summer, and actually grow the things that I'm going to plant in the summer, to like fresh strawberries and all that, have those growing all year long, but have that in my greenhouse. I would like to have an Earthship type of house that is fully self-sustainable, decoupled from the actual systems, the centralized systems outside of what normal houses are on. I'd also like to have a satellite system that has internet and TV. I know everyone says, don't watch TV. I like watching TV. I find that it actually does disinformation and information at the same time. So, if you're bright enough, you can actually spot the bullshit. So everybody that says turn off your TV and that, I think, are just paranoid schizophrenics. They have syphilis on the brain or something. I don't know. It's just there. It's just a thing. But once you understand the thing, it doesn't actually affect you. You don't get logged in or addicted to it. I also like to have the ability to decouple myself from the monetary system. How do you do that? Because you can't. To buy shit in the stores, you can't do that. I like the idea of a lot of these websites now are setting people up to do donations and stuff like that. One of the people have been talking about currencies and how to actually get exchange going. Charles Eisenstein talks about his gift economy. And there's that new coinage that's coming up called Bitcoin. I've been watching that. I don't understand it fully, but it makes sense. A lot of people are saying on the chats underneath is that this is the new world order currency and blah, blah, blah. It's like everything that's new that's coming up, people are going to spot and say that this is them trying to manipulate and gain control. The way Bitcoin sounds to me, it's a decentralized open source currency where you can exchange your fiat dollars, depending on where you are in the world, into Bitcoin, and you can trade those directly with the people that you want, so there's no middleman taking a cut off of it. It's just you send 5 Bitcoins to somebody, they get 5 Bitcoins. So, and then they can exchange it for their currency within their system. So, for the going rate, because they're on supply and demand. So it's an actual decentralized currency, and you can actually make your own currency by participating in the bit mining, and that is just crunching the numbers on the interactions between people trading their currency. So you are there kind of crunching the numbers and making sure the system is running, and after you everybody's building these puzzles, and once the puzzle is fixed, or once the puzzle is finished, you get a Bitcoin. You might be actually finish the puzzle and get the money for it, or you're part of a system, a group of people that are bit mining and then making the money off that. So you are generating the cash that goes within the system. And plus, if you want to buy cash within the system, you can use your fiat currency. So the system will expand not only on making its own money, but expand on people buying it with fiat currency. And if enough people buy it with fiat currency, that fiat currency could diminish, and Bitcoins can continue to make their own money as well as participate in society, blah, blah, blah. So my idea of my solution is to take what I have here, sell my house, buy up to 10 acres of land, learn permaculture, build a sustainable house. I know it's a lot of work that I'm talking about. Build a sustainable house like one of the earth shifts or something similar, and kind of decouple from almost all the systems. The only thing I'd have to worry about is car, but a lot of people are talking about retrofitting your cars to water or electrical now, and the mainstream models are now coming out with electrical cars anyways, like Nissan with the Leaf and stuff like that. They are doing electrical cars, fully electrical cars. So I could charge that on my system out in the boonies or wherever I buy my land, so I could charge my car, so I'd have a car anyways. And it's not like I'm going to take long trips. I could continue to use a gas-powered car, or find a way to change some of the food sources that I have and break it down and make like ethanol alcohol, and get the kits that a lot of guys are doing, is changing from a gas-powered to ethanol alcohol car, or whatever type of alcohol car. So there are solutions out there. It's just not to sit and look and talk about them, but to actually act upon them. And I think within the next year, I'm going to do that. And it has given me, looking at this, has given me direction to where I want to go to take my animation as well. So as I'm building up that, it seems to be taking a long time. So I hopefully will have a little clip that I can put on Kickstarter, see if people will fund my little clip and tell them what I want to do with it, and show them where I'm going with it, and people will participate that way, and I can jump out and start to buy my land, start to build my house, start to get a community going, learn on permaculture, and see what to do about my cars and stuff like that. My wife is slowly coming on board, which is awesome. Some of my friends are talking about it, which is awesome. I used to get thumbs down and people giving me the finger on Facebook, getting angry with me about some of the shit I put up there, but that's okay. They're getting angry. A lot of people are not talking to me because of that, but they do talk to me. They just are not participating with. But some people are participating. So we'll see where it goes. I plan within the next 5 years to actually be on some land and have my house. If the currency does collapse or there is big bumps in the system, it just means I'm going to have to bob and weave, use Aikido style moving, and try to figure out where to go from there. But at least I have a destination, and I do have my solutions for myself. And the reason why I know they're solutions is because other people have acted upon those solutions, and it's working for them, and it's been working for many years. And they seem to be healthier, happier, and more in tune with what is going on than a lot of the mainstream people that just want to buy a high-rise and have as big a car and as much shit as possible. So it's interesting. I kind of like what's going on. Scares the shit out of me, but we'll see.